Hi, I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks for watching us tonight. Is the Libyan situation another Watergate? That is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. Today on Capitol Hill, the Senate Intelligence Committee began hearings about the murder of the ambassador to Libya and 3 other Americans in Benghazi on 9/11. As you may know, the Obama administration will not define exactly what happened, and the press has been largely negligent in pursuing the story. Well, now the testimony's under oath, so it's serious. There are 2 ways this thing could go. First, into a Watergate-type spectacle with cover-ups and bogus statements to the American people. Or second, it could be a big nothing, a human error which spiraled out of control. The problem is compounded by the president's refusal to define anything. He continues to say there's an investigation, so he can't even give us basic facts like, when were you told, Mr. President, about the attack in Benghazi? An answer to that question cannot possibly impact any investigation. Nevertheless, Mr. Obama refuses to provide it. That has raised all kinds of conspiracy theories, and now you have the Petraeus situation added to the mix. At a press conference today, a reporter from the McClatchy News Service asked Senator John McCain if the fact that General Petraeus' mistress had kept secret documents in her possession wasn't more serious than the entire Libyan debacle.
Well, I say with great respect, that's one of the dumbest questions I've ever heard.
All right.
Okay? There's 4 dead Americans. There's 4 dead Americans. Not a socialite. Not a socialite. I'm answering your question. Okay? Do you want me to answer your question? Or you want to interrupt? Which do you want?
Continue, Senator.
Okay. There's 4 dead Americans.
Senator McCain obviously feels very strongly that there is government malfeasance involved in the Libyan chaos, but that has yet to be proved. However, the Senate is doing the right thing by holding hearings, trying to get information out to we the people. I mean, look at it this way. Back in 1972, Richard Nixon denied he had anything to do with a low-level political break-in. If the press had not been aggressive, Nixon would have gotten away with it. And certainly the break-in at the Watergate Hotel was not nearly as important as failing to define a terrorist attack that killed 4 Americans. President Obama made a mistake in not getting ahead of the story. He should have given us the facts weeks ago. He chose not to, and the press let him get away with it. But now the heat's coming down, as it should. And that's a memo. Now for the top story tonight. Let's bring in Senator Chambliss from Georgia, who's the Vice Chairman of the Senate Intelligence Committee. Joins us from Washington. All right, Senator, I heard you with Chris Wallace a couple hours ago, and I watched your briefing, and I know there's a lot of stuff you can't talk about because it was closed and all that. But I'm a simple man, you know that. I'm going to just walk through it with you. On September 14th, CIA Chief David Petraeus made a statement that indicated it was a spontaneous demonstration caused by a crazy videotape. And that was echoed by the UN ambassador, Susan Rice. All right, that's what happened. Yet, cables from the CIA out of Tripoli, Libya, say the day after it was a terror attack, an organized terror attack with heavy weaponry. So you got your own CIA chief contradicting his guys in Libya. Am I accurate so far?
Well, you're right. Director Petraeus did say a couple of days later that based on the information they had, that they thought that this was an act of violence that arose out of a protest.
Okay,
we know
but
now
that's
that
impossible.
wasn't wrong, but that is what he said.
Yeah, but that's impossible because the cables that Fox News read say the CIA guys on the ground in Libya told Petraeus and the brass and Langley that it was a terror attack. So either Petraeus is lying or he can't read.
Well, here's what we know, Bill. You don't have a spontaneous attack from folks carrying AK-47s and other automatic weapons. You don't have folks with RPGs and firing mortars on a spontaneous attack. This was clearly a terrorist attack.
Okay, then everybody knows that. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Knew that.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but everybody knows that. Okay, you know it, I know it, the folks watching tonight knows it. But the head of the CIA, who had to know it as well, said something completely opposite. Now, I don't know whether you heard this or not, but Charles Krauthammer, one of our Fox News analysts here, he implied today on Special Report that Petraeus may have consciously misled the country because he was caught up in this mistress stuff that the Obama administration knew about. And tomorrow, when Petraeus comes in front of you guys, are you going to go down that road?
Well, we will ask General Petraeus the hard and tough questions. Frankly, I don't think he would do anything that would be misleading, and I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. because I have great respect for him and confidence that he's going to tell us the truth about it, whatever it is. But we'll see from him tomorrow with respect to that.
Okay, but I have the utmost respect for the general as well. I think he's a patriot. But he already misled us. He already misled us on September 14th. So he either did it, and he's got to explain that, why he did it. He either did it consciously or unconsciously. But he already misled us, Senator.
Well, and you better believe he's going to be asked about it tomorrow.
Can you get me into that hearing? Can I?
I don't know if I can get you clearance, Bill. That's your problem.
Yeah, I know. That's my problem my whole life here. All right, look, this is a serious matter. I want to bring a little levity into it. But look, it looks like there's something rotten here. There's something rotten here. At the highest levels of our government, was misleading the American people when everyone knew from the second day, September 12th, by cables and eyewitness reports, it was a terror attack. Final question. You see President Obama's press conference yesterday? Did you see it?
I did.
Okay.
Saw parts of it, yeah.
He won't even answer the president when he was informed about the attack, citing the investigation. Are you kidding me? All he has to do is say, look, here's who told me, and this is the date they told me. And that doesn't impede any investigation, does it?
Hey, listen, I agree 100%. I can't tell you what I know about what he knew and when he knew it. He can, and he should. He ought to level with the American people, Bill. We got 4 dead Americans, and we're getting more and more emotional about this when you see the folks in the White House and within the administration not putting some urgency behind getting the right kind of answers out to the American people and showing the American people that, by golly, we care about those 4 Americans.
Yep.
You really don't see that coming out of this White House.
All right, go get him tomorrow, Senator, okay? And we'll talk to you again soon. I thank you very much for tonight. And in fact